A world like the ones we're used to of tower, dungeon, powers systems. And after centuries of suffering, finally the hero was born. Someone with extreme talent, impeccable wisdom, and even a lot of luck. With all this, he reached the last floor of the tower. The strongest person of all times. The light of humanity that will end the darkness. The Hero Lin Xiao. He arrived with his team. It's already the third time he reincarnates. This time, be it attributes or skills, he already has everything. He's perfectly prepared. He has the strongest weapons in the world and all the tools available. Looking at his system window, he says that the system is showing that if they just win this fight, everything will finally come to an end and humanity will find peace again. He thanks the system. It was only because of him that he got so far. Unfortunately, he doesn't know what he's going to find here on the highest floor because he never got here and the system never gave him any info. The people in his group even comment, "Look at the leader there again interacting with thin air, he's really crazy. He must be thinking about that hot girl again." The leader turns around. "No, you morons, I'm thinking about how we're going to defeat the Demon King." He says that everyone gets it wrong because only he sees the system. We see a girl with red hair mesmerized with the beauty of that place. Everyone in the group is impressed with such a luxurious appearance of the floor. So this is the last floor of the magic tower? But why is it so empty? Are you sure the boss is going to show up here? Unlike all the other places that were dark and scary, this one is luxurious and beautiful. Lin Xiao looks back and says, "In dungeons and towers, the more beautiful it looks, the more dangerous the place. So you all should be cautious." He explains that after the first regression, this is the first time they get to the last floor, so he has no idea what's going to show up here. His group is excited. Everyone's saying it's thanks to the leader. The knight is all proud saying, "The leader has always been amazing. He always knows the weaknesses of each of the creatures. Our future depends on you, Lin Xiao." The red beauty friend goes to talk to him. "Lin Xiao, with you here we will win." He says let's give all we have, but suddenly blood is flying all over the room. His pupils contract in disbelief. The cute girl that he was just talking to got beheaded in a split second, her head hitting the floor like a meaningless piece of flesh. He hears a foot on his back. Someone smiles and is already behind him, saying hello. He pulls the sword. Who's here? Thinking, what monster is this that I didn't even feel approaching? He tries to slash the unknown creature, but the monster stops it with a single finger. The monster says, "You had a good sword, too bad she was fragile." He's confused. Wait, how did my sword break? This is the most powerful weapon in this world and it broke with a touch of his finger. The monster is already on his back again. Where are you looking? He turned scared to attack again but got hit with a dark magic explosion. Lin Xiao was sent flying across the room and when he hit the wall he was already done. He asks, "You are the Demon King?" Lin Xiao is confused. How is it possible for a monster to have a human form? The Demon King says, "I am the incarnation of all the fear of humanity and the unknown, a creation of darkness belonging to you. It is natural that I have the human form." Lin Xiao tries to use the system to see the Demon King's stats, and his HP didn't go down with the blow of his sword. Wait, how is it possible? I hit with all my strength and didn't cause any damage? His system says that the guy's life is locked. There is no way to go down, and there is no way to disable that. And his mana has an infinite symbol. What does he have? Unlimited power? That means that he's invincible. He feels as if an incomprehensible monstrosity was standing in front of him, and the system is announcing, "Danger, extreme danger. Your chance of winning is 0.00000001. The best plan is to escape. The route is being calculated." Lin Xiao had never received a message like that. He sees right away that there is no chance. But he thinks, calm down, I need to be calm and think about it. But the Demon King did the unthinkable. He grabbed his system and broke it with his bare hands. Lin Xiao was puzzled. The king says, "I saw this incredible thing of yours here. Did you think you could only see it? Is that what has been guiding you all this time? Was that your secret to find those divine weapons? As much as I don't know what it is, now it's gone." Lin Xiao was screaming, my system, what have you done? How do you see the system?" The Demon King says that now nothing will stop him from killing that guy. Lin Xiao thinks, okay, I'm going to be dead. I have no chance against him. Even if it's not my first death, this one is scaring me more than the others. I still can't think of any way to kill this guy. But no, I can't give up. If I die this time, I will return. I just need to work even harder, while I can come back. Have hope for humanity. One day I will find a way out. But that's when he notices that he's getting healed. He gets confused. Why is he healing me? He sees that his life is going up very fast. It's a very high-level healing magic. He starts to float and asks the Demon King, "Why are you healing me?" The Demon King tells him, "You are a regressor, aren't you? You've gone back in time. I noticed your familiarity with all floors and monsters. You already knew the weaknesses and knew the skills, as if you could see the future. But you were surprised when I showed up. That means that this is not the case. So I'm right, aren't I? You've come back more than once, maybe 2, 3 times. If I kill you now, you'll come back in time again, won't you? Again and again, in an infinite loop, until the day that in some way you can finally kill me. Judging by your expression, I got it right, didn't I? And in that case, I won't let you die." Demon King snaps his fingers and surrounds him with a purple tornado, saying, "Your armor is the best equipment in the world. No one can break it besides me." As expected of a regressor, isn't it? The guy is confused. What's going on? What is he doing? The king explains, "While you suffer from my flames, my healing ability will heal you forever. Where your melted unbreakable armor will keep you trapped forever, neither alive nor dead, just locked in an endless cycle of pain and healing." Usually speaking, the protagonist always has the aura of the winner. However, everyone has already felt once in their life that they were the protagonist. So, no one knows who really is the real protagonist. This is a question that prophets cannot answer, only the historians of the future, since we can only see the point of view of those who won the battle to be able to tell the stories. So the strongest is the protagonist, and I am the strongest of the bosses. Brother, did you expect this? He is our MC, but he also is the villain, and gets ready because he is evil. In the news, everyone is talking about it. All the citizens of the city are crying. The Lin Xiao team and all his friends perished. They know that the place where they disappeared was the last floor of the tower. Humanity lost its regressor, and no one knows anything about the last floor and what resides there. Battle after battle, humanity always believes that justice will prevail one day. We see that the Association of the Awakened expressed their condolences and is calling all the Awakened to help continue challenging the Tower of Demons. Maybe one day justice will prevail, but no one knows how many will be sacrificed until that day arrives. We see a cute skinny red-haired girl with a knight next to her. She asks Qingfeng, "Is this the secret dungeon of rank S?" They go to the place that is isolated by caution warning. In this world, the monsters appear randomly in every corner of the city, and they keep coming out infinitely from the passage of the tower, and obviously destroying everything on the way. To save lives, only the most powerful awakened can attack the tower. The duo enters the S-class dungeon, a desolate place. The waifu asks him, "Are you sure that these rank S monsters will drop the blood cone, and that this will work against the Demon King?" The blood cone is an item that sets a rule. Its effect is very simple. Every attack has to cause at least some damage. The warrior tells her that in the end good will definitely defeat evil. Tiantian, your understanding of the world is far from enough. She apologizes and says, "I know that you were chosen by the gods, even still being so young. In a few years you will surpass Lin Xiao for sure." With crazy eyes she was all loving there, saying, "I have nothing but admiration for you and I will always be by your side." But that's when they see something. Someone is on top of a dead dragon. The girl with the crazy eyes asks the warrior if that guy had already taken the cone of blood. Above the corpse was the king saying, "I imagine that some human would want to use the blood cone to deal with the Demon King using a rule-based item, so I went ahead and asked this cute monster for it." The warrior Qingfeng tells him, "You did well, boy, now pass it on to me." But the king answered saying, "You don't even know who I am and you're trying to steal from me?" Bai Qingfeng says that it's for the good of humanity. How is it going to be considered theft? "I'm Bai Qingfeng. Have you ever heard of me? This item will be much more worth it in my hand than in yours. It will help me defeat the Demon King. This here is for justice to prevail." But the Demon King just raised the crystal and Qingfeng felt something coming, so he used his absolute defense instantly. A defense in an area of 2 meters limited to one person. Inside there, Qingfeng is scared. What kind of power was that? This guy is not human. But when he looks again, the king already has the red-haired girl as a hostage. "You are Bai Qingfeng, aren't you? The mysterious genius who will become the successor of Lin Xiao. Destroy this absolute defense of yours and I'll let you and your admirer run away. I always keep my promise, if you don't believe me." Qingfeng is a hero of the world but no of the girls, so he says, "Tiantian, you're sacrificing yourself for the world. After your death I'll create a memorial for you." Suddenly he did a teleporting punch. Our villain was in shock. "You attacked me without hesitating a second. You really don't care about the life of your admirer." It seems that my understanding of the human race is still not enough. The Qingfeng guy says that a powerful hero is always lonely. There will always be several sacrifices. It is inevitable. King Demon, you are the villain. The King Demon puts her on the floor saying, does everyone think so? The girl is crying, Qingfeng, how are you so cold-blooded? I've been following you for so many years. How did you do that to me? But she suddenly shouts out of nowhere, Qingfeng, leave me here to die. Run for your life and use the crystal cube to save yourself. But now he wants to beat the villain. I'm the chosen one of God and the star of humanity. Justice will prevail. I have determination and I will win for humanity. The girl was puzzled that now that she told him to run he wants to stay and fight. While our villain starts to laugh like a psychopath. Ten says that if the guy doesn't want to run away, he will give a reward. He stretches his hand, creating an aura dark around Bai Qingfeng. The floor explodes, creating a huge crater. Failing in the endless abyss, Bai Qingfeng is confused. I'm going to be defeated like that. The King Demon says, go take a sip of that magma if you're so thirsty for victory. However, you must be proud of sacrificing yourself, a heroic death. With that, Bai Qingfeng was sent to the endless abyss where he would be stuck forever. The crazy girls felt desperate. She knew that she was about to die. She's kind of bewildered there. Qingfeng, he died. I'm going to die too. But suddenly she notices that she was left there abandoned. When she looked back, she saw that he had already opened the portal and was leaving. Hey, he's going to leave me here without killing me? She asks, you're not going to kill me? He says, I told you that if he had destroyed the magic cube I was going to let you two live, and I always keep my promise. He's never going to leave there, so the cube doesn't exist anymore. But if I find you again, I'll kill you. She was stuck there without being able to say a single word. Maybe it was admiration or maybe relief that she felt. While the Demon King is climbing a ladder and entering the portal there, now walking around the city as if nothing has just happened. Meanwhile, at the Human Awakened Association headquarters, a little waifu there who looks kind of creepy. Doesn't she look kind of scary with the eyes too much on the side of the head? She's asking someone, sir, do you want to join the Association of Awakened? Another secretary comes all happy and smiles saying, wow, the monsters are so strong today. We need awakened guys, even more beautiful ones like you. What's your name? Your level? Your skills? Do you want to venture into a dungeon called my bedroom? The guy says, my name is Bai Qingfeng, the mysterious genius. You must have heard about me. Our villain is going to steal the identity of the guy he killed. Since the guy was a mysterious genius that no one really knew how he looked, no one is going to suspect. A meeting is taking place at the Seven Elders Hall. A guy is surrounded by an enormous wall where 7 people are sitting at the top. Those are 7 Elders Hall, and one of them says, there's one of us missing here. The guy says Lin Xiao, who had regression ability, failed in conquering the tower and never returned. The old man says to them, while the Demon King is inside the tower, he will have the blessing of immortal blood and the infinite magic power. The strongest of us can no longer die like this. We need a new plan. I notified everyone that it is forbidden to challenge the magic tower for now. The humans are looking for items to seal the magic tower and let the creatures die alone there. It's the safer way for them to stop this massacre. But a girl with voluptuous thick lips says, I already summoned another favorite of God from another dimension. He is a time traveler from a place called Earth. Of course this is secret to the outside world. He doesn't know he was summoned by me to save this place. The owner of that mouth also has an extremely elegant and impressive style, with curves that would make Cristiano Ronaldo Trivelas look like a straight shot. She says that the soul she brought is in the body of the brother of Lin Xiao, the hero that just died, and it seems that this kid is looking for a way to seal the tower. An old man shows up saying that in the last month, on a full moon, he had a premonition about Lingfeng. Soon he will find the item that seals the magic tower, so the magic tower will be sealed soon. The same old man was walking when the overexcited girl came to talk with him asking, Mr. Prophet, will Lingfeng really be able to seal the tower? The old man is just side-eyeing her, and she's all happy. He puts on his maniac face and says, Miss, you need to think about it. And if we seal the tower with the Demon King on the outside and not inside, it's going to be useless. She asks, so what are we going to do? Then he warms her cheeks, which a rope fast slaps, saying, don't worry. I'm kidding. Do you think the Demon King is going to leave the tower demonic? Not to mention that if he doesn't have his blessings from the tower, he will be at the same level as our strongest heroes. As soon as we find out his identity, he will be destroyed in an instant. The old man got excited and shouted, he stays inside the tower trapped forever, or he leaves and is defeated out here. As long as Lin Feng finds the item, We will win.my premonitions are so good. The girl leaves saying that she has to go. Then the old man enters his room. Speaking of which, Lin Feng should be coming back, right? I'm scared. That's when he sees someone sitting in his room and asks, "Hey, who are you in my room?" Brothers, this old man should have used his premonition on himself. The Demon King says, "I'm the awakened one who just joined the association and my name is Bai Qingfeng." The old man says, "You are the new mysterious genius that I have heard about. Nobody knows what you're like, Bai Qingfeng." He gets up there saying, "I wouldn't say I'm a genius, but it's an honor to participate in the eradication of the Demon King." The old man says that he is very polite and tells him to sit down, but the Demon King is just standing still and asks, "I heard from the other elders that you are the one who foretold the future. Is that true? Cause I came here to ask for a prediction of yours about the future of the Demon King." The old man lays back and says, "Do you think it's that easy to make a plan to kill the Demon King? If I could predict the future of the Demon King, then the light of humanity would be me. For my prediction to work, I have to touch the person on a full moon to see a little bit of their future." The Demon King grabs his neck asking, "Mr. Prophet, today is a full moon, isn't it?" I thought the old man would go crazy, but he was chilling. "Young man, you're stupid, or are you pretending to be? What I mean is that I need to touch the person involved in the forecast. I have no fighting ability. How could I touch the Demon King to predict his future?" But it's at this time that the old man realizes something. "Kid, you're not Bai Qingfeng, you're the Demon King." He force-activated the great prophecy on him, and he found out that he's going to die. The Demon King will be killed in the next season, when the snowflakes start to fall. Our villain used an ability to read minds, so he saw everything. He raises the old man from the chair saying, "Your predictions are usually accurate." The old man was begging for mercy, but the Demon King tells him, "Predict your future there. You died today, yes or no?" The old man was sweating and in shock because the answer was obvious. The Demon King tells us that this web novel is very cliché, the story of a modern man who goes to the fantasy world, upgrades, wins and acts like a pretentious person, acting cool and mocking arrogant characters. In the end, he defeats the Demon King. Then we see a guy with orange hair saying that he used to be a normal person that was reading this novel on planet Earth, until Truck Kun appeared as in any prologue of transmigration stories. He became one of the characters in the novel, the second son of the Lin family. His older brother was the hope of humanity, Lin Xiao, and he's the half-trashed brother, Lin Feng. The impression everyone has of him is that he's a horrible playboy who only stays in his brother's shadow. But everything will change now, right? Because he took over this body. He instantly went to talk to his father about a map with legendary sealed items. He was already familiar with the story of this novel and had an omniscient viewpoint. Whoever read this, I love that series. He knew the process to get those items, so he first took the map with the location and went to the Awakened Association. The guy at least is conscious cause he's thinking, "My brother is dead. That means he's not the protagonist of this story. Who is it? I'm not really sure if it's me, so it's yet to be revealed. But I have to save the world and become the true hero of it." He looks at the brunette girl right next to him and thinks, "The beauty of ice. So wonderful that in my past life I wouldn't even have the courage to dream of her. But in this life she will be my wife. Oh, you naughty boy." And he says that he met the red hair halfway. She's just like a little rabbit, always scared, and he keeps saving her. That's the girl that our villain MC was merciful. He pats her head saying that everything in the headquarters is safe, she can be calm. She smiles and blushes, thanking brother Lin Feng. He leaves thinking that it's so easy to have a sweet romance with such a silly girl. The time traveler's life is the best there is. He says to his group that he has to do some business and will meet them later. The girl with red hair asks where he's going, and he replies that he's going to have a chat with the great prophet. But this guy has a disturbed mentality. He's already thinking that if he really saves this world and seals the demonic tower, he would abandon those half-assed girls instantly. He asks himself, "When I save this world, I'll still want to have these women there." The goth girl went to the reception asking for work, and also she wants to recommend someone to join the association. The girl at the reception asks who is this red-haired girl with a crazy face. The girl says that her name is Lin Chang, and she is the only person who saw the Demon King and is alive to tell the story. The receptionist asks about the story, and she explains that she was in a dungeon with the genius Bai Qingfeng, and he fought against the Demon King. Unfortunately, he died, but the Demon King spared her life. But the girl in the reception says that Bai Qingfeng just joined the association and seems to be fine. In addition, he just went to meet the great prophet. The duo is puzzled. Wait, is Bai Qingfeng alive? The receptionist confirms once more. Back to the great prophet. He is still in despair, begging for his life. But the Demon King asked, "Did you see your end?" The old man is about to collapse, saying that he will serve and he will do whatever he wants. But the Demon King tells him that he's just too boring. He just repeats the same words. He thought that all humans were strong and warriors, but seeing weak guys like him makes him believe that humanity is not a real danger. He raises him once more and finishes him saying, "I'll send you for an eternal journey, B." Then the Demon King left the room. He leaves on the other side of the portal, thinking if I go back to the magic tower, Li Feng will seal me there, so I have to stop him. But for that I'll have to fight him from the outside and I'll end up dying at the hands of some hero like in the prophecy. The Demon King, considering everything, thinks that maybe it's better to get stuck in the tower, and eventually maybe he will find a way to break the barrier. But when he raises his head, remembering a backdoor to leave the association, someone grabs his shoulder. It was Lin Feng that went to talk with the prophet, asking, "Who are you? I've never seen you here." The Demon King thought, "Damn it, I was caught." Then he answered, "I'm an awakened person who just joined the association. What's the problem?" Li Feng stares at him, then points to his S-rank brooch, saying, "You have this on your chest, and that's something only the strongest awakened can use. Are you that strong?" Lin Feng, that was eager to find the item to seal the Demon King, seeing a S-rank in front of him, had the worst idea possible. "If you're so strong, why don't you join my group? We're going to hunt the item to seal the Demon King." Our villain asks, "Item to seal?" He says, "Yes, I'm Li Feng. You may not have heard about me, but soon everyone in the world will know this name. I'm looking for people like you, who just woke up and are already very powerful. Why don't you join my group?" Our anti-hero smiles. "If you are Lin Feng, of course I can join you. Demon Kings is going to make a mess in the guy's team." Lin Feng tells him that he's a lucky guy. He found a capable leader just like him. "Follow me obediently, and I'll never treat you badly in the future. And in our group there are some very pretty girls to have some night adventures. I even have the only person who survived after seeing the Demon King." The Demon King asks Lin Feng to explain that better. He says that it is just a girl that is already a member of his group. Soon you will meet her. Our demon is trying to swiftly get the F out of there when Qin Feng looks back and asks where he's going. The Demon King comes up with the worst excuse conceivable, saying that the little pig that he took care of his whole life is giving birth, and he has to go back home to help. Qin Feng was confused. "Taking care of pigs? What are you talking about?" But that's when the girls arrived, calling for Captain Li Feng. He grabs our demon, saying, "She is." The crazy one is all smiles as always, greeting the captain, who goes to our hero and says, "You may not know, but being surrounded by hot girls every day is somewhat tiring. But there's nothing I can do cause they don't detach from my side." Lin Tiantian, the absolute psychopath, goes to the Demon King and asks who he is. Knowing that his identity is about to be exposed, he's in trouble. That's the worst scenario possible. So he was ready to kill her. But just to see her reaction, he said hi to her. And what he wouldn't expect happens. She hugs him, saying, "Senior Bai Qingfeng, I heard you managed to escape the Demon King and I was so happy." Lin Feng heard the name and remembered that the reincarnated Bai Qingfeng should be dead in the story at this point. How is he here? As always, the deranged girl is all happy, saying, "Mr. Bai, I was so worried about you that all I could only think about was seeing you again." Our villain thinks that she knows that he's not Bai Qingfeng but the Demon King. Look at the naughty face she makes, saying, "I was very grateful that you saved me from the demon, and since I'm a good girl I will pay back my debts with you. From now on I'll be your biggest follower. I really admire strong people." Brothers, I said that she was crazy. She knows the guy is the strongest existence. And for her that's all that matters. She's willing to follow and do anything for the guy that is strong enough to protect her. The Demon King couldn't help but smile. An admirer of the Demon King who wants to pay kindness. "It's the first time I've met a human like that," he says to her. "You're very smart one. I won't treat you badly." Lin Feng didn't like that cause 10 seconds ago she was her follower. He tries to intervene and says that he was her captain when his fiancée also showed interest in the Demon King. "So you're the genius Bai Qingfeng? I heard a lot about you being stronger and the future of this land. I'm Leah." Lin Feng tried once more to say something that everyone just ignored. Leah asked Tiantian and Qifeng how the Demon King looked since both of them had seen him. They just play it off with OU villain, saying that the demon just looks like a bad person is easy to know when you see her. And Tiantian saying that he looked ferocious and terrifying. The trio is laughing and having fun, but Qifeng of course is not enjoying losing 2 juicy waifus in 20 seconds. That's 1 waifu every 10 seconds already. From behind he was thinking, what kind of plot is this? This Bai Qingfeng was supposed to have died at the hands of the Demon King, and Tiantian was the only person who should have seen him. Are my actions causing a butterfly effect? I have to ask the great prophet about this guy. But that's when someone came screaming. When he looks back, the girl was shouting that something happened to the great prophet. Qifeng asked what happened to him. She tells everyone that the prophet was killed, but half an hour ago he was alive and slapping her ass. They need to investigate who talked to him in the meantime. Lin Feng thought about that, and was about to say that the only one that saw the prophet was Bai Qingfeng when our demon interrupted and said, "Only Captain Lin Feng and I have met the prophet." Lin Feng tells him to shut up. "I didn't even find that guy. You were here in front of the door." Then Lin Feng stops and thinks for a second. "You're the guy who killed the great prophet. I knew from the beginning that you were weird." But Leah grabbed his hand telling him to calm down Lin Feng. But he threw her on the floor saying, "Get out of here, you idiot." The guy starts screaming, "You were fooled. This guy is not Bai Qingfeng. I'm coming to give you a punch, kid, you fooled them. But not me." Our boy smiles, gets out of there. He shouts that this Bai Qingfeng is fake and is deceiving everyone. He rushes to punch him saying, "You might be able to deceive others, but you can't deceive me." But our demon is already on his back. "You don't even compare yourself to Lin Xiao, and you think you can talk to me like that?" Then he hits him on the neck, making him fall, and steps on his head. Look at the crazy girl face and how much she's enjoying that while she thinks, "That's how the person I chose should be." Our protagonist tells him, "I think he should calm down," while he finds it weird how this guy knows that I'm not Bai Qingfeng if he hasn't even seen the guy. Then he says, "I heard about you, Lin Zhao's youngest brother, isn't it? The hope of humanity, a trash without talent and without any value. Just seeing it to believe that you're so much worse than your brother." Lin Feng is staring at him in disbelief. "I'm a transmigrator that received overpowering buffs. So how is this trash doing this to me?" Leah talks with our demon, saying, "Lin Feng used to be an honest person. It is just lately that he became more impulsive, but please don't hurt him." But from the floor Lin Feng equips a S-class claw and tries to attack our demon that skillfully dodges. The protagonist is puzzled. He knows every single genius that humanity has, and this guy is not in the list. So how does he have an S-class weapon? Someone suddenly appears and says, "Stop fighting." Those words came with a power that dispelled everyone's abilities, and our protagonist instantly recognized that it was some rule-based power. It was the president of the association, and his talent makes all and any power disappear in his domain. The president says, "Every member of the association is a power of humanity to fight against demons. Why are you fighting against each other?" Our protagonist knows that he's screwed. Out of the tower of the Demon King he doesn't have this op buffs. This is too dangerous. I need to be more careful with my behavior in the future. In a smart read of the situation he instantly apologizes saying, "I'm sorry for causing problems. I promise it won't happen again." But Lin Feng was dumb and shouted at the president, "Why didn't you stop when he punched me? Now you're interfering when I was going to hit him? Are you trying to defend him?" Our protagonist finds this weird. This is the kind of genius who got a rank S weapon and the map to seal the tower? He doesn't seem to have either the brain nor the strength necessary for that. The president says, "Lin Feng, shut up. All I do is because I'm on the side of humanity." But Lin Feng loses his cool and leaves saying that he knows that everyone looks down on him, so he's going to prove himself. Just wait. The president lets out a sigh, touches the Demon King's shoulder and asks, "You're Bai Qingfeng, right? I admire you because not only are you a cautious boy, but you're also very calm." Our Demon King finds it weird. What the hell is this? Why do all humans like me? The president tells him, "We've already started an investigation into the death of the prophet and located demonic energy. Maybe the king and the demon have left the dungeon, but that has nothing to do with humans. The reason why no one suspects the king is because a monster that looks like a human was never seen in the whole history of this world." The president encourages him, "You have to help Lin Feng seal the tower. You carry the future of humanity on your shoulders, boy." Our demon smiles and thanks him but thinks, "I do carry the future of humanity, but in my future humanity is destroyed." The president says, "Keep working together cause we all depend on young people like you," and then leaves. Leah says that she's going to take a look at Lin Feng cause he's acting strange. Our protagonist asks her to wait and asks, "What did you say about him changing his personality recently out of nowhere? What happened?" He's worried that asking that would make him suspicious, so he says, "I'm very worried about him, and that's why I got a little impulsive." She looks at him, I get it, but she's thinking, this Bai Qingfeng is a good guy, he's even worried about Lin Feng. She then explains everything to him, that Lin Feng was a coward, but out of nowhere he changed completely. started talking about books, that he was a worthless side character, something about transmigration, cheats and parallel worlds. She thought he was crazy, but suddenly he really became someone completely different. Not only did he become someone with an extravagant aura, but he also became bold and courageous. He even started finding a lot of high-level items all of a sudden, and using all these S-rank items, he managed to reach the minimum to be promoted to S-rank. The elders of our family think he received some kind of awakening. Our demon boy is thinking that so much changes wouldn't be related to simple awakening. How he was so sure that I'm not Bai Qingfeng if he never saw the dude. What would be the reason for him not to tell anyone? With so much changes in such a short time, maybe he doesn't want them to know that he's not the real Lin Feng, so he doesn't get expelled from the family. At that moment an earthquake started to happen, and in the city they were talking that a rank A demon left the dungeon and ran to the city. One guy asks if no one went to stop the monster. His friends tells Lin Feng went to face him. Rank A demon, the canine corpse. Lin Feng is already going to give him a sword slash with his S-rank sword, giving that ego speech. Trash like you should not dare you show up in my presence. He's that ego speech. Trash like you should not dare you show up in my presence. He sends a bunch of ice crystals in the direction of the monster, raises his weapon saying that he is the hero that will protect everyone, and he executes a vertical slash right in the middle of the canine and executes it. Everyone is impressed and excited about him. Lin Feng is really the true hero. Even the crazy one from the association is praising him. But our demon king that knows every monster recognizes the canine corpse and knows that it is an extremely rare creature. So rare that almost no one knows of a distinct characteristic of it. Lin Feng is there sending his 1,000 cuts. Our protagonist explains, his characteristic is that when he receives the right amount of attacks, the canine falls to the floor and the king finishes his thought. He pretends to be dead and then returns as an even stronger S-rank creature. Lin Feng is all confident striking his hero pose while everyone shouts his name. Even the two waifus seem to be a little impressed with him. And of course Lin Feng is loving all that attention. But suddenly he hears something behind him and gets scared. The canine is up but now as a demonic hell canine SS class. He looks back scared, but the creature just hits him with a fire explosion attack that sends him flying. He's already done on the ground. Everyone who was celebrating is now running desperate. Lin Feng tries to get up thinking, he pushed me with a blow. Don't tell me it's something legendary above S-class. The canine is already right in front of him. Leah runs to try to save him and tells him to lean on her so they can run away. But the creature already jumped to finish both of them. He looked behind and saw the imminent death while she closed her eyes crying. Damn, until she wanted to kill herself for him. What a heroine. But someone jumped there with a hooded aura, right, son? Who could it be? Our villain thinks, Lin Feng can't die yet. I need him to find the sealing divine item so I can destroy him. Our demon king has to get involved. He needs Lin Feng to find the seal item so he can destroy it to never be locked in his tower, so he says, that's why you're going to have to suffer a little. Then punches the doggy. Leah and Lin Feng couldn't believe what they saw, while our protagonist said to the dog, you don't recognize your master? The power of the king made the canine feel minuscule. In a second he became a scared puppy that ran from the scene. No one believes what they saw. The creature was so scared just by looking at him. What's going on? Is Bai Qingfeng so much stronger? Or the monster got weaker? Leah smiles and thanks him for saving both of them. He says it was nothing. He has no idea why the monster was so terrified of him with just a simple punch. Our protagonist's plan was to make Lin Feng owe him one. That way he wouldn't bother him anymore. But that couldn't be further from true. Lin Feng felt humiliated, so he grabbed him by the collar shouting, there must be some kind of special secret about this demon, and you used a special approach, I'm sure. You knew that and humiliated me on purpose, right? You want all the glory for you. Go King Feng. Thank you very much. How did you scare that demon so easily? He says he only seemed strong on the outside, but he was actually a weak creature inside. Lin Feng was losing his mind more and more, while our protagonist was looking at him thinking, now I'm sure that some humans never deserve to be saved. Then he grabs his fist there and pulls it aside and says, what kind of special secret did I have? It was just a normal A-class demon. You are incapable and flawed in your role as a hero. Do you want me to apologize to you to avoid this shame? I'm not interested in joining this performance of yours. Everyone that was watching thought that Lin Feng was being cranky and childish. He just got saved by Bai Qingfeng and acted like that. What a proud guy. He can't even admit he was saved. But even in that situation, Lin Feng was sure that the guy in front of him wasn't Bai Qingfeng. He could only think that he was smart enough to make everyone believe in his disguise. Suddenly our protagonist releases his grip saying, "I think all this was a misunderstanding, right? Let's calm down and make up for our friendship. Give me your hand." But that made Lin Feng even more furious. He's playing the innocent after taking advantage. But okay, if you want to pretend, let's see who pretends better. Then Lin Feng says, "I lost my cool from being hit by that demon, so please excuse my rudeness. Thank you for saving me, Bai Qingfeng. Please, I apologize for my lack of education. I have to thank you for saving me, Father Kim female. I'll take care of you in the future." Our demon protagonist says, "You don't have to be such a polite man. I should be the one to thank you." Then he goes close to his ears and whispers, "Thanks to you that I'm not suspicious of being the person who killed the great prophet." Once more Lin Feng lost his cool and went to punch him, but Leah held his arm telling him to get a hold of himself. Everyone was watching and he's targeting Bai Qingfeng suddenly. Lin Feng is confused. What is this guy's goal? I don't remember Bai Qingfeng being a character that was good at acting. Who is this guy? Our little demon is facing him thinking, "I just want to take the ceiling item from you, but if you become an obstacle, I'm not letting you live." The scene changes for a coffee shop where our demon boy is enjoying a warm espresso with Leah. She says, "Mr. Qingfeng, thank you very much for saving me yesterday." He says you're welcome, but he doesn't even remember that he saved her. Plot twist: the demon king has Alzheimer's, and that's why the world still lives in peace. She tells him that soon they will get the ceiling item. But unfortunately, Lin Feng didn't show anyone the location. She only knows it's south and it's going to be a very long journey. So she hopes he gets along with Lin Feng and forgives his behavior. She says she's known him since he was young, and he's a good person. Our demons say that he understands, but is thinking that unfortunately the guy is no longer himself. How ironic. A dirty soul from a distant world stole the body of a good person, and a guy like that wants to become the hero of this world, even enjoying the love and attention from a girl that doesn't belong to him. He takes a sip of coffee, but it tastes terrible for his demon taste. He then asks, "Your fiancé Lin Feng changed, didn't he? Do you want him to be the way he was? I know that also in the south there is an item that we can get along with the mission we are going to do. We can make him be who he was again." She's excited, asking if that's really possible. Poor girl about to get used, abused, and discarded. He tells her of course, but his reflection in the mirror reveals his intentions. Then we see Lin Feng walking in the city. He knows that the story, in theory, hasn't even started yet. This is just like the introduction of the story. But he knows that Bai Qingfeng was not supposed to be alive in this part. The prophet thing is fine. He also died in the story. Then he thinks, calm down. What if he is the guy who kills the prophet, but then disappears in the story? In the original story, no one finds out how he died. But when I found him, strangely, he easily accepted to join my group. Someone who was supposed to have disappeared is now with me. Will this change the original end of the story? Because of my transmigration, a person who is supposed to leave ends up joining the important mission of finding the ceiling item. I didn't think that it would be this troublesome if the storyline is getting out of hand. Then he looked to the side and saw his fiancée all happy talking with Bai Qingfeng. What are they doing? I'm the chosen one in this world and I am the one with the omniscient viewpoint. I will obtain everything and crush those truckers. The next day, the whole group went to a meeting with the boss. And he is saying that it is extremely important that they get the ceiling item, and that Lin Feng will lead this group. Now go and help humanity to solve this problem once for all. Both of them were thinking the same thing, just you wait. Then we are in the middle of the battle with some creatures catching fire. The group is surrounded, but our demon lord is calmly dealing with everything while Lin Feng is doing his best to shine. Lin Feng says that those creatures are not strong, but they seem to be infinite. While our demon lord thinks, I can't believe I'm working with a human to kill demons. I must be crazy in my head. He looks to the side and smiles. A boy with a katana that utilizes the poison element is conjuring an area attack with a strike in the floor. The energy reaches the sky and consumes all the creatures that were present. Even our protagonist was thinking that this kid was not bad. Crazy Babe of course couldn't restrain herself after seeing a strong guy. But the guy is humble and says, I can only fight against hordes, so I'm pretty bad in one-on-one. Lin Feng looking back thinks that he was right. He turns to the group and says, I have something to tell all of you. The artifact is right ahead. However, the terrain is dangerous. We do not know what the monsters ahead are. From here will be even more risky. Why don't you go back to the city to rest and grab some items, while I'll just take a look ahead to see what is ahead of us. Obviously, No one in the group wants to accept, saying it's going to be very risky. But he gives a leader speech saying, as the one leading this party, it's my responsibility to find the safest path for us to move forward. I've already made my decision. No one will persuade me. Our protagonist just stares at him, while the other party members are thinking that Lin Feng is such a good captain that cares so much for his team. Looking back, Lin Feng thinks, all of this for you, Lu Xiao, the poison guy. A rising star born amidst the demon's lair and seasoned with poison. A future SS ranker whose name will shake the world. Right, no, we are just cooperating, but I know that in the original script you were the most trusted aide of the protagonist. You are an important part to success, and you followed him because he helped you to clean the toxins in your body with a bunch of high-grade items that created a purification potion. But in this world I will make this potion and turn you in my puppet. Lin Feng leaves, telling them to wait for him at the town. The Demon King sees that he doesn't know a lot about that guy, but he's sure that he isn't generous. Leah says she's going to an auction house in the city because she needs to get an important item, and will find everyone later. Crazy Waifu says she's going with her. Leah is thinking, Bai Qingfeng, if it's like you said and that there's an item that can remove the soul of the demon inside him, I have to go to the auction and win the item that purges souls so I can bring back the real him. The guy with the bazooka tells them that now they should go back to rest as Lin Feng told them. Our protagonist only said hold on, and the frat boy went to his face asking if he was going to ignore the leader's orders. He faces our demon thinking, the young master doesn't like this guy, so I'm sure he's not a good person. Our demon lord says, I'm extremely moved by his decision, but it's inevitable that I'm worried about him, because we don't secretly follow him just in case he's in danger. The two fools are impressed. True, we can do this instead of resting, and in that way we guarantee that the leader is safe. You're a good person too, Bai Qingfeng. These guys are kind of stupid, but stupider than them is the other one in front of him. He's really worried about Lin Feng. He's a good-hearted person, but he says, you guys are exaggerating. Everything I do is for the good of humanity. Leah saw that exchange of words before leaving and was even more convinced that he wanted the best for Lin Feng. But of course all that our demon wanted was to know the real intention of Lin Feng. The scene changes for the S-class dungeon, the malicious chessboard. Lin Feng is there and he remembers that according to the original book, the purification crystal, which in theory was for the protagonist to use in Lu Xiao, is in one part of this board. He just doesn't know exactly where. But suddenly he felt a chill in his spine and a sense of dread took over his body. He looked back and the king was coming for him. He tries to run away but he's about to be compressed. The king then uses a spiritual attack that tries to grab Lin Feng, but he defends with his sword. But the strike was strong and he was thrown far away and collided with the piece. Then he was about to get hit by a purple spirit holding a spear. He skillfully dodged, but the horse piece was running in his direction. He took out his S-class weapon that was named Horse Slashing Sword, quite fit for the task. But this horse is stronger than he anticipated cause it just broke his sword with a bite. Countless vengeful spirits who had died on this chess board got their souls devoured by the chess pieces. They are forever confined in this place, and the cycle keeps repeating as the infinite battle goes on. These chess pieces have devoured so many hunters that they are far stronger than an S-class. Lin Feng knew instinctively that he couldn't win against that, so he used an item that gave him wings. He flew as fast as he could, but as soon as he reached halfway he saw the gigantic queen coming to slap him. It was impossible to dodge, and he got a direct hit that sent him back to the board. Upon opening his eyes he saw that he was surrounded by the queen and king. He realized that he wouldn't be able to escape. The king's hands came to grab him. He shrank out of fear, incredulous that him as a transmigrator would lose his life there. But suddenly the king's head was grabbed by a gigantic hand, and in the next second the whole chess piece was broken by our protagonist. The fool is on the floor looking all confused. He can't even see who's there fighting. The movements are too fast. The pieces are being destroyed and he doesn't even know what's going on. He got up and his friend came to assist him. The bazooka guy raises him asking, "Master, are you okay?" He says that he's fine but asks why they are here. His friend tells that Bai Qingfeng was worried about him and said he was going to follow you. That's why they were here, just to save him in case he was in danger. Angry Lu Xiao says, "You said you were just coming to take a look. Why did you get into a rank S dungeon? Good thing that Bai Qingfeng told us to follow you." At the moment Lin Feng was in disbelief. So the one that is killing all those pieces is Bai Qingfeng? Standing there alone after the fight, a bunch of souls started to roam around our demon king. They were the souls of the hunter that were killed by the chess pieces. Funny enough, they were thanking him for saving them, without knowing that he was the demon king. The souls gave him the rare material, Purification Crystal. Upon seeing that, Lin Feng thought that this was the worst possible scenario. The Demon King noticed how much he was looking at the crystal and understood that this was probably his intention this whole time. So he asked, "Do you want it?" "Too bad, because it's mine now." He's thinking, although I don't know his goal. If it's an item that he wants, it probably has a use for something. The big guy says, "Master, we were lucky to have Qingfeng here. It's good that we always work as a team with him." Lin Feng knew that he couldn't claim the crystal from our villain. It would be ridiculous to be saved and also ask for the item. With the size of his ego, that was out of question. So he suddenly shouted to everyone, "I don't need you guys. Don't worry about me." And then he ran to grab the next items. Even without the crystal, he could make a semi-finished potion that could also work. But looking at him so desperate, our demon said, "The more you try to hide, the more you reveal your motives. I'll keep an eye on what you're planning to do." Then we see the rank S dungeon, Dry Bones Lake. And our demon is there again with the item in his hands. Oops. "What's up, Lin Feng? We meet again. How are you?" He just got the 3-flame pill. Lin Feng was losing his mind. "It's you again." Once more the dungeon changed, but the result was the same. While Lin Feng was crying, our protagonist got the Bone Dragon scale. And again. He was shouting when his friend told him that if wasn't Bai Qingfeng, he would be already dead. Looking at those items, the Demon King was confused. Those might be rare and valuable, but he doesn't look like someone short on money. What does he need these items for? Liu Xiao went to talk with Qingfeng when he noticed the items in his hands. He instantly recognized that those were the rare materials that he had been searching for his whole life. He asked our demon if he could take a look at those items. Our protagonist raised his hands and suddenly the items started to refine by themselves. And after everything was combined, a S-class purification potion appeared. The Demon King was just staring while Liu Xiao was trembling with tears in his eyes, saying, "That's really the legendary S-class purification potion. I asked every high-class alchemist, but none of them were able to make it." Our villain asked him, "Do you really need it? So take it then, cause I have no use for it." Liu Xiao was sweating. He couldn't believe it. "Is this for real? You're just going to give it to me? Just like that?" Liu Xiao knew. With this, he would be able to completely purify the poison that has accumulated in his body over all these years. The demon was surprised when he saw Liu Xiao hugging his leg, telling him how much of a good person he was and that from today on he would be his most loyal follower. The Demon King didn't know how to react. "Get away from me. Why are you so passionate when it's just a S-class potion?" Liu Xiao's love was unstoppable. Seeing that the king didn't even ask for money, he was sure that Qingfeng was the most selfless person that he had ever met. Lin Feng, seeing everything from afar, was consumed by anger. Bai Qingfeng just did exactly what he wanted and got Liu Xiao as his loyal dog. Our villain noticed that hatred towards him. Why does Lin Feng is looking so angry at me? Also, why the materials that he was looking for were the exact ones to make the potion that Liu Xiao wanted. That's when everything clicked for him. He was trying to win Liu Xiao over to his side, but I beat him without even knowing? This is plausible, but how did he know the locations of the items? This, together with the fact that he knew that Bai Qingfeng was dead, makes everything more suspicious. I will need to wait until Leah brings back the item. Lin Feng tried to keep his composure and told everyone to go back and rest. But inside he was about to burst. "Bai Qingfeng, you have been ruining my plans and I can't let that happen anymore." Sometime later in the hotel, Lin Feng had asked the bazooka guy to his room and bluntly told him, "Go kill Bai Qingfeng." The guy was taken aback. "But Mr. Bai saved you a few times and he's a good person." Lin Feng responded, "Just follow my instructions and don't ask too much. You have been by my side since I was young. Aren't you my most loyal servant?" Sweating, he responded, "Qingfeng's power is unfathomable. I'm sure that I'm not an opponent for him." But Lin Feng told him, "Can you use a forbidden technique to temporarily raise yourself to the legendary SS class for a short period?" The guy begged him, saying that this technique would cost years of his lifespan. He thought that the young master saw him as a member of the family. Lin Feng replied, "Don't you know I'm going to be the hero who obtains the sealing item? I'm carrying humanity's future on my back. Shouldn't you make a little sacrifice for humanity's future?" The guy was about to say something when he forfeited and said that he understood, saying, "I am willing to make that sacrifice not for humanity but to fulfill the oath I swore to you." Lin Feng thought that all of that was just nonsense. Our protagonist was in the town's garden facing a fountain when the water in front of him was moving in a strange way. Suddenly an ice crystal was launched against him. He was able to dodge but was uncertain of who was trying to assassinate him. instantly a tempest of ice shards was launched. He knew that to freeze a whole pond in a second the person would need to be in SS class, and he doesn't remember to had offended someone of that caliber. The ice spell went straight to him, and it looked like he was killed in an instant. The bazooka guy appeared. With red eyes, he was under the effect of the SS class forbidden technique, consuming lifespan. But he heard something behind him, and when he looked, Bai Qingfeng was there with a single scratch in his face. But that was enough to put him in frenzy, saying, "How amazing, you are the first human to have ever injured me." They stared at each other for a second, but the Demon King said, "Yeah, you are the first one to ever hurt me, but you can only go so far." He had lost 1 health point from his 10 billion. The bazooka guy told him that out of respect he would kill him in 1 strike so he doesn't suffer too much. Bleeding, he replied, "Sure, I want to have a look at an SS class expert." But in a flash the blood that dropped from his face turned into a blade and almost cut his face. And he knew something. If even his blood that just leaked was frozen, that means he grabs his chest knowing that everything inside him is about to stop. The guy told him that he was able to control all kinds of liquid, including the blood inside a human's body. But he noticed that Qingfeng blood was different. He couldn't control it perfectly. If that was the case, he would have to change methods. He used even more years from his lifespan to create a blue mana in his hands, and our protagonist recognized that as the mana the monster and demons uses. So he asked, "Aren't you afraid to go berserk with the use of that power?" But the guy shouted that it was for the young master and for the Lin family glory. A lightning lit up the dark night and gradually started to rain, but in the middle of the air those droplets of water were transformed into water blades that went straight to Qingfeng. His body was partially frozen so he couldn't dodge and had to take the attack head-on. The impact created a massive explosion and the enemy was confident that he was about to win. He poured a second sequence of blasts that froze the entire place. Upon seeing that, he fell to his knees, feeling relief that it was finally over. But he intuitively knew that his life was also coming to an end. But a step was heard, and when he lifted his head up he was confused. Bai Qingfeng was fine and standing in front of him. He asked how was that possible. Our protagonist told him that it was quite incredible that he was able to reduce his HP to this extent. Over than 800,000 was taken. But at the same time, for his 10 billion it wasn't that much, and he said, "Now it's my turn, right?" The guy still couldn't believe that was impossible. Qingfeng's hands covered his face, and strangely he felt a sense of ease and said, "Just kill me, cause I won't be able to live long anyway. My long-cherished wish to sacrifice myself for the Lin family is going to be complete." The Demon King told him, "Even if I don't do anything you would die. That's the price of the after effects of using the forbidden technique." The guy said that he knew, so he begged for him to make it quickly. But he soon realized that he was being healed and couldn't understand. For the protagonist, killing this guy would only make things more complicated. But for that guy, the way he interpreted that was completely different. For him, the legendary Bai Qingfeng was showing mercy in an extent that he had never imagined. The most pure selfless. He just tried to kill the guy, but here he is saving his life. To avoid suspicions, the Demon King told him that he was moved by his pure loyalty for the Lin family, and that's why he was saving him. Even more because he knew that behind a tree Leah was observing everything. She also came to the same conclusion. Bai Qingfeng is the most kind and gentle being that she had ever met. It was the first time she saw someone so strong yet so upright. Qingfeng gave him a hand to help him get up, saying that if he was afraid of not being able to explain to his master what happened, he could pretend to be injured. That was something that the guy never imagined that he would hear, so he instantly asked how he could repay such kindness. Without an answer, the guy left, and now our protagonist just had to deal with Leah. He pictured that from her point of view he was appearing way too strong, so he fell to his knees with his hands over his chest, agonizing in pain. Seeing that, Leah went running to help him. She grabbed his body, asking what happened to him. While he was clenching his teeth, he was thinking, she fell for it. She helped him to get up, saying that she knew that he was hurt. It is impossible to take such attack head-on and be uninjured. He asked her why she was there, and if she had obtained the potion that can restore souls. She told him that she had gotten it because there was no family richer than hers in the auction. The only problem was the guilty. She knew that if she gave that potion to him, it would make it look like she didn't believe Lin Feng. It would be even worse if his isn't possessed. Randomly drinking a potion could harm his body. Suddenly our tricky boy did a lewd attack. He touched her face, looked in her eyes and said, "You are so beautiful that maybe his objective is only you, and that's why I'm worried by your safety." Leah got flustered and asked, "You really think I'm beautiful?" Inside she was filled with something strange. It was the first time that a compliment from Guy made she felt flattered instead of repulsed. Our offensive king told her, "I know that you and Lin Feng are engaged, but I'm still worried. I don't wish to see you get hurt." She showed him the potion and stuttering her words she said that she got it. Her heart was beating fast, and that being the first time that felt that way, she suddenly ran, saying that she would make him drink the potion. He told her that now he can rest assured, but for him, greed, obsession, jealousy, apathy, and of course lust, humans are easy to manipulate. But this was perfect for him, cause the most loyal servant of Lin Feng was overhearing everything, and now was also questioning. Young Master Lin Feng is not his original self anymore. In the dinner, Lu Xieka was asking Lin Feng where Qingfeng and Gao Hu were. Lin Feng told him that there's no reason to wait for them and they should just eat first. Then he looked at Leah and said, "I explored the dungeons around here and I'm already familiar. You can rest assured and follow me." With a dark face she agreed. Looking at the soup she thought, "I just have to make Lin Feng drink this to make sure whether Qingfeng's presumption is correct." She took the soup to Lin Feng and told him, "I heard you got hurt 2 days ago, so I made some medicine to replenish your health." He thanked her and went with his hands to do a grip training in her gluteus maximus, saying that he would treat her nicely. She was shy and boiling. I thought that she would have felt disgusted, but girls in this world seemed to be all crazy as truck. But with that she knew that he wasn't the real Lin Feng, the guy that was always passive and timid and didn't even dare to confess to her properly. Maybe Mr. Qingfeng is right, she told him to get off, and he was asking if something happened when Gao Hu suddenly entered the room. Lin Feng was smiling. If he survived and came back, that means that the job is done. He got up and to talk to him. "You're finally back, I was so worried about you." Gao Hu told him, "Young master, to fulfill your request I had to sacrifice 20 to 30 years of my lifespan." Lin Feng told him that it was fine. If the mission was accomplished, that sacrifice meant nothing. But in the future he would definitely treat him well. But his expressions changed when he saw Bai Qingfeng entering the room. That smile right at his face, saying, "Why are you so surprised to see me alive?" Gao Hu went to whisper something in Lin Feng's ears that suddenly pushed him back and told him that he was a trash hole. At that moment Leah went running to Bai Qingfeng, telling him to be careful because Lin Feng was acting really strange as he told her. Lin Feng's expression was deformed as he told her, "Leah, you are my fiancé. What are you doing?" Lu Xiaoka and Tiantian were also gossiping about how Lin Feng was acting strange lately. He stared at his loyal follower and told him that it was all his fault for failing his job. Gao Hu didn't want to believe. The young master that he remembered was always compassionate towards his servants. Maybe his body really was taken by somebody, and if that's the case, that means that the real young master is in danger. Tiantian asked Lu Xiaoka, "If they start fighting, who are you going to help?" Xiaoka was confused. He asked, "Who is fighting who?" Gao Hu, that seems to know everything about the plan, took the soup and went to Lin Feng saying, "Young master, I failed my mission, so I won't stop you from hitting me. But Leah made this soup to help you recover, so please drink your medicine to avoid any extra risks to your health." Lin Feng took the soup all out of his hand, saying that he was trash and all that he could do was work as an attendant. He drank the soup thinking, "Since I'm in front of everyone, I will at least pretend to be in good terms with him." In a second a vein bulged from his throat and face. The soup fell to floor and the real Lin Feng's soul was shouting at him, saying that the one they really care is him. Everyone in the room was stunned. Xiaoka asked if the captain was okay and with who he was talking to. From above the Demon King stared at him saying, "Now hurry and make a big scene, the bigger the better. Although you are the only one who knows the location of the sealing artifact, you can't prevail over me." Inside Lin Feng's head a fight was taking place between the souls. He was hitting and throwing everything in the room. He ran scared that people would discover that he is not the real one. Leah and Gao Hu were confused. They knew that something was wrong with Lin Feng, had no way to change it. Tiantian and the demon were smiling at each other. For a brief moment the real Lin Feng retook control of the body and wrote a letter. "I'm Lin Feng, the real Lin Feng, the useless Lin Feng. My soul that has come from another world is going to disappear soon because I'm unable to reoccupy my body. Maybe this is the only time I can have ownership of this body. Given this chance, need to leave behind something useful. Something like the trump card of this bastard who came from another world." In his memory there's a novel called The Hero Defeats the Demon King. It tells about the things that will happen to this world in the future. Since I have memorized everything in the novel, I will leave it with someone I can trust. The story starts with a genius young man. His name Leah. He will become a hero in the future. The protagonist of this story. The first time Leah leaves his hometown, he unintentionally kills a hopeless trash that runs blindly at the tavern's entrance. That trash's name is called Lin Feng. Due to this incident, Leah angers the Lin family. Just like that, Leah experiences countless dangers. In the end, before the first snowflake falls, the chosen one, Leah, kills the Demon King. Looking from the memory of this soul from another world, objectively, that young man named Bai Qingfeng is righteous and kind. I am going to send out this novel. If Bai Qingfeng succeeds in defeating this soul from another world, he will receive this letter once he returns to the Association HQ. By that time, Mr. Bai will be able to use this novel to assist the novel's real protagonist, save this world, and defeat the Demon King. This might be the only great thing I've done throughout my trashy life. After that, Lin Feng's real soul seemed to have left his body, and when the fake Lin Feng woke up, he knew that things were getting out of control and he needed to get rid of everyone tomorrow. Next day, they were inside the 10,000 Demons Cave SS class dungeon. Tiantian said, as expected from a dungeon with a divine items fragment hidden inside. To think I have the chance to see an SS class dungeon. On the top of a ladder, Lin Feng was finally able to reach what he had been dreaming about. The divine item was in his reach. But Leah and Gao Hu had a plan. She told him to get ready to move. They were going to snatch it but shouldn't hurt him. But as soon as he touched the item, he attacked his team with his power amplified. Gao Hu asked what he was doing, why he was acting like that. But he told them that he knew that they had been planning. They should just die quiet in this SS dungeon. With all of them killed, no one would doubt his identity anymore. He ran to the exit, and a swarm of monsters was falling from above. Everyone wanted to fight for their lives, but our protagonist told them to run. He would hold back those monsters. Tiantian promptly helped him to convince everyone to not waste his sacrifices. She was happy and smiling, hoping that the Demon King would kill the imposter. The Demon King closed the door, and now it was only him and his devotees inside the room. He told them, "Long time no see, my followers." But the creatures were about to strike him. He felt disrespected. Did they forget who is the king of this place? He punched some of the creatures, but they kept swarming him, so he released all his powers and once more asked, "Do you remember?" Then all the monsters were kneeling in front of him. He told all of them that now was time to siege Lin Feng and give him a slow and painful death. If you want part 2, follow the channel, my brother. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next bertha.